The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisper in Darkness. I'm your host, the manfromleng. Thank you very much for joining me today. Welcome to the Community Appreciation stream here as part of Arkham Con 2020. Arkham Con has started Thursday morning and runs through until Sunday. There are a ton of events taking place right now. On Thursday, we kicked it all off with the playthrough of the Curtain Call scenario as remixed for the Call of Cthulhu RPG. Then yesterday we had our great interview with author Richard Lee Byers, talking about his Ire of the Void and Blood of Balshandor novels. Today is the Community Appreciation stream. I'm going to welcome a couple of special guests here in a second, and later tonight is the second playthrough of Curtain Call as remixed for the seventh edition rules of Call of Cthulhu. We've got four more investigators who are going to be running through it tonight, and we'll see if they can do a little better than the last group did. If you haven't checked that out already, I highly recommend it. There was some truly interesting antics that happened towards the end of that particular scenario. I'd also like to remind everyone that the hashtag MyTentacleFace contest is on right now. If you head over to my Facebook page at the Whisper in Darkness channel, post a picture of your tentacle face with the hashtag MyTentacleFace, and you will qualify for the grand prize draw, which is a complete set of the Investigator starter decks, and there will also be prizes for the top 3 tentacle faces. They will get a choice between the Forgotten Age upgrade expansion, the Barkham Horror standalone expansion, as well as the Blood of Balshandor novella that will be signed by Mr. Byers. There are already a lot of tentacle faces up there. Head over to the Facebook page and make sure you like the ones that you think are the best, and you will get those people a little bit closer to earning one of those prizes. And if you want a shot at the grand prize, just post a picture of your tentacle face and you will be entered into the draw. Before we get started, I would just like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support. The Arkham horror community is amazing, and these people have gone above and beyond to bring you content like this, these streams, as well as my reviews and playthroughs. If you'd like to become a patron of the channel and see your name in lights, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Speaking of patrons, I am joined by 2 patrons of the channel. I am joined by Jared Davies and Robert Bout. Jared and Robert have been tremendous supporters of the channel over the years, and they also, not only my channel but also other content creators in the community. They throw their support behind not just me but other content creators, and the content creators are greatly appreciative of their support. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, good. Tired. It's 3 a.m. over here, but I'm eager to do this.
How are you, Robert?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired myself, but it's the middle of the day for me.
Yeah, so Jared and Robert have been patrons of the channel since the very beginning, and it's great to finally have them on the show. Have you had a chance to check out any of the Arkham Con 2020 events so far?
Yeah, I've checked out plenty of Optimal Plays videos. The Chaos, the Ultimatum video they did this morning. That was pretty exciting and weird. Some of the people that posted cards from the Marvel Champions card game. So I don't know how you can play a helicarrier in the Excelsior Hotel, but they managed it.
So they were taking cards from other games as well?
Yeah. They took player selected cards than someone. I think it was Stokes put in Marvel Champions cards. Good on him.
Oh no. So how did they pay for them, or did they?
I don't quite think they played many of them, to be honest.
Oh, that's too bad. That would have been interesting to see the helicarrier in the foyer, and yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm gonna chat a little bit with Jared and Robert here, and then we're gonna jump into a game of Murder at the Excelsior Hotel ourselves. So it's only the second time that I will have played that particular scenario, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. And Robert, this will be your first time. We've been trying to get this game together for months, and
yes, the internet gods have not been nice to me.
So you have this will be a blind playthrough for you, so it will be very exciting.
Yep.
Have you had a chance to check out any of the Arkham Con events, Robert?
I actually played in Nate's game yesterday for the Pulp Cthulhu Forgotten Age. Played Rex in that, and those of you that watched saw that we squeaked by.
You squeaked by.
Yeah, Vase pulled off a 1% at the perfect time to carry all of us to victory.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't. I was. Excuse me. I wanted to watch that, but Nate is running another game tomorrow morning. I'm not too sure if there are places left, but you can certainly hit up Lost in Time and Space on the Discords, on the FarcomCon Discord server, if you'd like to get in on that game. I think it's Nathan Early and I from Great Old Ones Gaming are going to take part, and I think there's a couple spots left.
They're full of yesterday, so.
Oh, they're full of as of yesterday?
No, there were two openings.
There were two openings. Yeah. So I wanted to listen to that, but I also wanted to be surprised when I got to play, because I rarely actually get to play Call of Cthulhu. I usually end up being the DM for it. So
he does a very good job of it. It's interesting and a nail biter throughout. So.
Awesome. And you played Rex, which is, I think, the guy I'm planning on playing. So,
well, hopefully you'll not be as cursed as I was. The die rolls really went against Rex on quite a few occasions.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is actually I've chatted with Jared occasionally over Messenger and whatnot, but I actually did get a chance to play with Robert at Arkham Nights last year. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got into the Arkham Horror LCG.
Mine was a gift from my brother, I'm fairly certain. And as soon as we opened it, we knew that this was going to be one of the better games we probably have played together. And from there, I just kept buying products. FFG kept taking my money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a tendency to do that.
They do.
How about you, Robert?
I watch a lot of video streams at work, and I think it was Z Garcia from the Dice Tower. I saw him do a playthrough and went, this, I don't have a lot of people in my area that I can play with, even though I'm in the greater Milwaukee area. There are people, but, especially now with COVID. So they went and picked up a core set. Actually, I bought it secondhand, and I got 2 core sets and all of most of Dunwich for a pretty good price. And since then, all in, baby.
Yeah,
Double or nothing.
I still haven't gone with a lot of upgrades for for tokens and stuff. The only thing I really did was my wife gifted me for Christmas my coin capsules, and I plan on getting more stuff, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know it can be very tempting to dive in. I'm always attracted to the play mats, although I so rarely play with my physical cards that I only get a chance to use them at convention places like Arkham Nights.
Well,
but I still buy them.
We have the Great Old Ones playmat right in front of me right now. So
the Great Old Ones one, yeah, that's a very nice playmat.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic and it's thick. That's definitely one you can use at home.
And I actually have two of them. One of them is framed and on the wall.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it's a very nice looking playmat. Vase did a great job of putting that together. I know when I went down to Beneath the Waves last year, that was the only thing I coveted. Maybe the LCG tokens as well. There were some pretty nice tokens sitting on the table. So, but I haven't pimped out my game quite as much as some people out there. I know I was watching. I've seen Nathan Early's setup, and it's pretty spectacular. And
it's pimped out there.
I was
out of this world.
Yeah, and I was watching JP's stream, and he's got quite a setup as well. If you could see my room, I just have my Arkham Horror LCG cards just basically spread out all over the floor, so they're not even organized very well.
That rings a bell.
I had 1.2, but that was the wife accidentally knocked over the container. So
Right. Well, your wife and my cats have something in common, because the cats get in here and my nice neat stacks get turned over, and of course there's my boys as well who are constantly knocking over stuff. So we've had a ton of news drop. I almost feel like sort of behind the times here in the past couple days. They had Gen Con Online is taking place right now as well, and they had FFG had their in-flight report, and they revealed we've got all of the investigator starter decks have been spoiled somehow. I think some places have already received them, so all of the cards for those are now out there. If you know where to look, they spoiled all of the Mythos packs for the upcoming Innsmouth Conspiracy cycle, at least the names and what the packs look like. We've got vehicles coming up, which I just found out about yesterday, and so I'm intrigued to see how that comes out. And then we have another, I think it's a massive multiplayer standalone War of the Outer Gods, or War with the Outer Gods.
Yeah. It was supposed to be Gen Con's massive scenario this year. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do it.
Yeah. It's so saw some of the cards for that, and then what else? Oh, it was the Return to the Forgotten Age. I've seen all of the player cards for that as well, if you know where to look. So how would you guys rate the state of the Arkham Horror LCG right now?
Massive. There's probably by the end of this year, there's going to be 10 investigators, 10 more new investigators that come out. So the variety is always going to be there. And the amount of crazy decks. I think we'll see one of yours pretty soon. It's just never ending, the amount of decisions people make when making decks.
Yeah, I know it's getting harder and harder as someone who reviews the cards to put together reviews, just because there are so many invested. Like when I started, I mean, we had the core set and Dunwich, so you had maybe 10 investigators to worry about, and now there's so many for each class, and then there are within each class they can, now that the deck building instructions you can take from like cards like investigators like Mandy, who can take from three different.
There's 4 different options to make her now.
4 different, so it's just like I will often do a review and somebody said, well, you forgot about this card in Mandy. It's just like
well, that's not hard to do with as many cards out. It's getting tougher and tougher to figure out what to keep and what to get rid of. But
what
luckily,
gets cut.
with some of the newer investigators are making some of the older cards that weren't real good are making a comeback.
Yeah. So how would you rate the state of the game so far, Robert?
Wow, it's massive, and just getting bigger all the time. I love that, at least they are spacing out the scenario or the mythos packs once a month to give you a chance to catch up. However, if anybody from FFG is listening, you can send me a copy of Weaver of the Cosmos, because I still and people are getting their starter investigator decks, and I would really like to play that campaign, because I like to hold off until everything's out so I can play it through.
Oh, so you haven't played the Dream Eaters at all yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't had a chance because, like I said, I'm waiting for that last pack, and every time my phone rings from the hobby shop to tell me they have something for me. The last time I got really excited, and it turned out to be Blob, and it's like, yeah, I've had that since October.
Yeah, the those of us who were fortunate enough to go to Arkham Nights have had Blob since October, so it's not as special. I know I keep checking FFG's product page to see whether they've updated their shipping times or not. I've heard that Return to the Forgotten Age is shipping now, but when I check their product
pretty
page,
soon.
It hasn't moved yet, so we'll see. I've also heard the starter decks are coming at the end of the month, but that may be also subject to change. Which of the investigator starter decks are you guys looking forward to?
Harvey Walters, I think. It's the ability to have well over 20 cards in your hand. It's insane.
Yeah, that's after looking at some of the spoilers. Sorry, go ahead, Robert.
Crazy.
Michael Cho. I really want to see a fighty investigator that doesn't really use weapons.
Yeah.
Fisted beating people up.
Yeah, Nathaniel's deck looks pretty interesting when I look through the spoilers. Harvey was the deck that I was sort of the most attracted to, which is unusual because I'm usually not a Seeker player, but a lot of the cards in that one looked pretty interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the Mystic deck as well for other Mystics.
Yeah, there's a lot of good cards for a lot of other already released investigators, which is really exciting.
And having had a chance to play Nathaniel, it'll be. I'm looking forward to trying his whole deck, because I know that when I played it just with the cards that had been released, it was
okay.
He could hit pretty hard, but if he didn't land his punches, he'd take a lot of damage and horror, and things could go south pretty quickly if he didn't get those key cards.
He might very well be an all or nothing deck.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether a lot of these decks are intended for, whether they're geared for multiplayer or whether they're just they're better, whether they could make the cut in solo. But I thought you'd go after the Stella Clark deck, Robert, because she's your occupation.
Yeah. Still kind of trying to wrap my head around that one. There's some very unique things about her that, sometimes I can't be the smartest person playing, and we may see that today. But I'm sure that I'll enjoy that deck once I figure it out. I watched your playthrough with it. I think you did a playthrough with it.
Yeah.
And it seemed interesting, and I can't wait to see the entire deck to see how it goes.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool little combos in there that you can pull off. I think her weakness, Call to the Mists, could be punishing if it fires, because I think it punishes her for failure, which is of course what she wants to do a lot of the time. So, but I was also surprised that each of the investigator starter decks also will come with a new basic weakness as well, and there's one that's guaranteed to kill Manfromleng more often than not, and that's the one that I believe it's called Nihilism, which punishes you for drawing tentacles, which
that's no longer the tentacle token, that's the Manfromleng token.
That is, exactly. I'll be drawing, I should just have to play with that weakness regardless of how many other weaknesses are in my deck, just
every game from here on out.
Yeah.
That what's the other one? Indebtedness is your other popular one?
Yeah, Indebted is the other one. And it's I think there's like the two. The two that I always get are Indebted and Overzealous. And then of course when Jared sent me his deck today and he had needed two weaknesses, so I drew one for him, and of course it was Overzealous.
Yeah. Of course.
So
meant to be.
Yeah, it was meant to be. Luckily, he didn't get indebted too. So
no.
Well, when those starter decks come out, you should run an event that everyone plays with those three weaknesses.
Okay.
Manfromleng playthrough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we've got the Investigator starter decks. We've got Return to the Forgotten Age coming out as well. What do you guys expect from that one?
It's a very divisive mythos set. Hopefully it changes plenty of the scenarios that need work. There's a lot of scenarios, especially in the middle of the block, that just slowed the pace of the whole story down. Especially that one which you have to replay over and over again.
Yes, Heart of the Elders could definitely use and that's the one that will, for me, that's the one that will, either the set will succeed or fail based on how it does on that one, because I've had enough trouble with it myself, and then I was watching Lost in Time and Space playthrough with, I think he did one with Mandy, and then he did one with Joe. I don't think Joe made it there. I think Joe died in the temple, but Mandy, he just had to keep playing it over and over again, and it just grinds you down.
It's get a migraine.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's it's not even very interesting. I don't think it's interesting to watch either, as someone who streams content. It's just like, okay, I've got to play this scenario, but I don't want to play it, and I don't think anybody wants to watch it. So I think unless they fix it, I probably in the future will just be like, yeah, we skip over this one. I'll take a penalty or something, but it's just not worth the time and effort to. I think the part 2 isn't nearly as bad because you don't have to replay it, but part 1 is a real slog.
Yeah, the whole block uses a lot of cards a lot of the times in many of the different scenarios too. So it'll be nice to see a bit of variety in new locations, monsters, the like.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Robert?
Like you said, it's very divisive. You either like that campaign or you don't like that campaign. Some people love it. I don't see it. It's like you said, it's a slog, and a lot of times, if you've played this, if you played through the campaign once or twice, you know what supplies to take, and it becomes much easier the more you play it because you know how to game it.
Yeah.
On my scale, it's pretty low. Not a real fun one to play. Although for Pulp Cthulhu, it works great. It was enjoyable that way. But I'll get it. I'll try it. I'll see what happens because I'm a completionist. I must have everything, and I'm a firm believer in having everything.
Yeah.
Hence the fact that I showed this before. The big.
I should go get mine actually.
Yeah, I'm hoping Return will fix the middle part, and then I'll be more incentivized to, because I don't mind City of Archives. I like Depths of Yoth. I've only played Shattered Aeons once just because I haven't played the full campaign enough to actually get there. But I think, it's growing on me. I think I like it more than the Circle Undone, just because the Circle Undone is so punishing to solo players that
it's like going to the dentist. You got to get your teeth pulled, but you feel better after going.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Circle Undone scenarios make better standalone scenarios than they do campaign ones.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I quite enjoy playing something like The Secret Name standalone and just testing various decks against it. I think it's good for that. But if you go into that blind, you're almost... So many things can go wrong at so many different times that it actually reminds me of... I think that probably like a lot of the Circle Undone scenarios remind me a lot of like the old Lord of the Rings LCG scenarios where you'd lay them out and then you'd draw your hand and then you'd know if you were going to scoop or not within a turn or two. And then
that makes sense.
And then it'd be like, well, I didn't do what I needed to do, so this game's not gonna work. The margin for error is just very small.
Yeah, I don't have a frame for reference for that. Never did Lord of the Rings, so and unfortunately COVID got my group and I for that. We're on hold. We started the campaign, and hopefully when we can start getting back together and everybody feels better, that we can finish that campaign. I'm a little behind here, but
well, I think everybody's a little behind, except the hardcore players who have the time to jump over every new release. I know I used to pride myself on trying to be first with all the new content, but there's even at one pack a month, it's a little too much to
quite a lot
to juggle between real life and content creation and just doing other things. So,
well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because the wife told me last night that hey, that Arkham Horror card game that you keep talking about, when are you going to teach me?
Whoa. Wow, that's amazing. Because that I can almost guarantee that will never happen in my household.
Same here.
There would have to be some sort of lightning strike or some sort of Freaky Friday situation where my wife Tracy switched bodies with somebody else that
a Yithian.
Yeah, a Yithian.
A Yithian will play with you.
I think if she ever came to me and said, "Can you teach me how to play this?" I would suspect that she had been abducted by the Yithians at some point and replaced with a...
I would check her for a pair of scissors because she might just take the cards as plain and cut them in half, turn it into a game.
Yeah. So we've got a new the new deluxe expansion will be out in October. The Innsmouth Conspiracy. What do you guys think about? I think everybody knew we were going to head to Innsmouth at some point, and now it's finally going to happen.
Yeah. But when are we going to go to Antarctica? That's my question.
Oh, that's true.
But we have to do Mountains of Madness at some point. I think that would be an outstanding campaign, and probably that could rank up there as one of the harder campaigns. So it depends how they do it.
What do you guys think of the bless and curse mechanic that we're going to get?
Pretty exciting, especially that they're tied to player cards, so they can be used in any Mythos set, really.
Yeah. So you can have them in any campaign.
I predict a huge upswing in grief playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Here, have some curse tokens.
10 curses, sure.
Yeah, I know there is a small subsection of the community that does play grief decks in multiplayer. So curse tokens just add a whole new dimension to that. I think Safina was considered to be one of the best griefing investigators out there, and she gets that Faustian bargain card now that adds a ton of curse tokens to the bag.
So dirty.
Yeah, she's if you sit down with a Safina deck and you don't know what to expect, it could be a rude awakening. But overall, I mean, we've seen the fronts of the Mythos packs anyway. It looks like we're going to Devil's Reef, which is a classic, an iconic location. Probably end up fighting Dagon at some point. I think that's the 5th Mythos pack. It has something to the Halls of Dagon or something like that. So
yeah.
And then it look. I'm predicting that the 2nd or 3rd Mythos pack that it's going to be something to do with the car chase.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there's the car chase. So I assume the vehicle rules will come into vehicles will play a big part. And I know that Essex County Express was one of those first scenarios that really diverged from what I would consider to be sort of classic Arkham Horror LCG, like the Midnight Masks. Yeah. So I expect that the car chase version will be very much is going to throw everybody for a loop. Should be really interesting to see how they deal with those mechanics. So we're going to play Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. Hopefully, if all the technology cooperates with us. What are your favorite investigators? I know, Robert, you played a Leo Anderson deck at Arkham Knights that I think you almost killed the blob at our table by yourself. I remember spending a great deal of time with I was playing Marie, and I had high hopes that she was going to do well, but she seemed to spend a lot of time just spinning her wheels while you were every time the blob popped its head up, you had your flamethrower ready and did tremendous amounts of damage.
Flamethrower Leo. That's a very specific deck for that scenario, and he has to have the support of other people, because I'm pretty sure that if there was any investigative skill in there, it was very little. He was just standing around loading up the flamethrower with extra ammo and what's the one? Blessed. I think there might have
custom ammunition.
Custom ammunition. Yeah. I think that might have been in there, and just I think at one point I had 12 or 14 shots worth of ammo on the flamethrower, and I want to say I'm my best. I did like 14 points of damage to it.
Yeah, you made my shriveling look pretty pathetic.
And the thing that really helped me is that was like a 47 experience point deck, and I think I pulled one weakness the entire game. The rest of them were all buried at the bottom of my deck, so I got off.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
It was. I was quite lucky with that deck too.
Yeah,
but,
I tend to shy away from playing high experience points decks just because I hate the weaknesses so much. I've seen, having played multiplayer at Arkham Knights, I see a lot of people bring these 40 plus experience points decks, and then in the first 3 turns they draw all their weaknesses and are basically crippled. I'm like, you've got some amazing cards in there. If only you could use them while you after you get out from under all the terrible stuff that's happening to you.
Yeah, but you got to look at the upside of that. If they get rid of all their weaknesses at the beginning, the rest of their deck is good.
Mm-hmm.
Always look on the bright side of things.
Yeah. What about you, Jared?
I am always Ash Campete, pretty much, or any survivor. Love the survivor class. I'm actually bringing my favorite deck to this game we're playing today. It uses desperate cards and Yowsul, which is my favorite ally, aside from Duke.
Yeah. Yes, Ashcan is a favorite of mine as well. What is it about the survivors that you're drawn to?
They're just so versatile. They can do nothing and anything at the same time.
And Robert, you're a Guardian player.
Guardian or Survivor. I also like Silas. I can't wait for him to come out to get the extra cards to maybe we'll finally get his harpoon and see what that does.
It'd be interesting.
I actually tend to. Today I'm playing Guardian, but I tend to play Survivor more. As playing solo a lot, you need that. If you fail, you still get something out of it because a lot of the scenarios are so tight on the Doom thresholds that you got to get something back for a wasted action. Guardian, I'll play in multiplayer because I'm the one standing there killing stuff, and that's fun. As long as I get the support, you guys find the clues, I'll kill everything.
And what
about pressure's on?
Yeah, we'll see if Akachi's she can get clues. I'm just not sure if she can get enough in 3-player, but we'll see.
Duke's for it. Duke, sniff out the clues.
Yeah,
we got it. Good boy.
Just don't be too overzealous about it, and you'll be fine. So, what is it about survivors that grabbed you, Jared?
The fact that they've got wards, they've got weapons, they've got good allies. It's just they've just one of the most versatile classes. They can do everything, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So do you guys have, Robert mentioned that your group is on hold right now because of COVID. Do you have a group that you play with, Jared, or do you play?
I've got mates down in South Victoria. I currently live in North Victoria, and currently, we're in COVID lockdown, so we can't play together at the moment, which is a shame. But no, we'll pick up the pace when things get back to normal.
Now, you had organized a fundraiser at the beginning of the year for the wildfires that were in Australia. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how it went?
Yeah, we collectively as a group raised, how much was it? Just under $1,700 Australian, so $1,690, which is a very big amount. We raised a lot of awareness. Andy in Edinburgh had a charity event for the Blob who raised $500. The boys at the Mythos buses, they contributed their profits of the month of January to the cause. And Patrick at South Sansan at Make Player Cards also contributed his profits to the cause as well. So, yeah, the community really got around it, and they were very generous and supportive. Well done.
Mm-hmm. So I assume that those have, that situation has resolved itself now.
Oh, yeah. It was, I think the last fire that was under control was back in March, and hopefully this summer is a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, because I think you had posted that you were basically, you had your car packed and you were ready to go.
Yeah, there was no Arkham that day. It was all in the car.
That's right.
There were fires about 10 minutes away from my place.
Yeah, that's something that we fortunately don't have to deal with. The closest time we've had that was in Fort McMurray, which is, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours. I mean, people were driving through the fire because there's only really one road out of town. So that's they were driving through. The fire was on both sides of the road, and so people were driving their trucks through the fire to get out. Fortunately, we were. I know a lot of firefighters from our area went up there to fight it, but yeah, it doesn't mess around. That's for sure. I know in the United States, working as I lay out a paper in my real life, and it seems like California is always on fire. So
yeah,
I don't know what's going on down there, but
I think we actually got brigades from California to help out at the start of the year as well. They flew over here to help assist, which was very great of them too.
Well, they get double whammy because California being a lot of it's hilly, so you get the drought, then you get the fire, and then when it rains and puts out the fire, then you get the mudslides.
Floods, yeah.
Yeah. So where would you guys like to see the Arkham Horror LCG go here in the next couple years? I think we're in year 4 at this point.
I think we're both in agreement.
We've got quite a few deluxe expansions under our belt already.
Mountain Madness. We need to freeze our butts off.
I think the element of survival is something that could be explored. Forgotten Age briefly explored it, but yeah, really exploring the Arctic wasteland and discovering weird and crazy giant penguins. I'm all in.
Yeah, we could just replace the ants card with giant albino penguins.
Yep.
Boa constrictor could be, what could it be?
Giant shoggoths.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot of no snakes, at least.
No.
Well, is there any investigators you're looking forward to seeing that haven't been released?
Ooh. Who's the struggling for names? The Guardian that's in the Intermath conspiracy, the priest or the
Sister Mary.
Sister Mary. Very excited to see her. Yeah, I think it's a really cool player effect.
Yeah, Guardian Mystic, something we haven't seen
That's
yet. We've seen Mystic Guardian in Diana, but not Guardian Mystic.
It'd be nice to see.
I'm looking forward to new ones that aren't in the mythos already. So then it can cascade into the other games. Mansions of Mad or Third.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think we will kick off our game. Thanks to everyone who is joining us in the chat today. It's fantastic. As I always mention at the top of my videos, the Arkham Horror LCG community has been amazing, and I have been have been very fortunate in my capacity as a content creator to be able to meet many players at events like Arkham Nights and Beneath the Waves, and it's always fantastic to meet new people who play this game, and I haven't met a bad one yet. So it's fantastic, and everyone has been incredibly supportive. I know it can be very. I know before I started creating content for this game, it was a very intimidating proposition to put yourself out there and make content, because you do hear those horror stories on the internet of just the negativity that can happen, but that has definitely not been my experience in this game. And as the game has grown, there have been more and more content creators have come forward, and I mean, Mythos Busters and Drawn to the Flame were some of the first, and now we've got Miskatonic University Radio. We've got there's the Spanish group, Los Archivos de Arkham. We've got Miskatonic University Radio, Big Stupid Grin, Optimal Play. There's just I think
Winging It.
Sorry?
Winging It as
Winging
well.
It, yeah. I think I've actually played with Winging It. We were doing an All Survivor campaign. We haven't finished that yet for Dream Eaters. So, but yeah, there's over a dozen content creators participating in Farkham Con, and an online convention like this wouldn't be possible without having all those content creators available. It's it would be pretty hard for Mythos Busters to fill 24 hours of 4 days
Could not do it alone.
24 hours for 4 days. I think Sean, Ian, Scott, and Nick would be pretty tired by the end of that. I see them being like that episode of The Simpsons where Krusty the Clown decides he's going to fill 24 hours of TV. And by the end, they would be, I think they would be driven insane. So there are a lot of great content creators in this community, and a lot of great supporters, and it's great to see how this community has grown over the years, and people like Jared and Robert have played a big role in that. So thank you very much, guys.
Happy to help.
Well, without further ado, I think it's time to jump into our game. We are going to play Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. Let me see if I can't get this to work properly, and hopefully everything will. The technical side, I've been pretty lucky. This has been, I have to say that Farkham Con has been a big, a lot of learning going on in terms of the technical side. I hadn't DM'd in 30 years up until about last year, and then all of a sudden, not only am I running a D&D game and running Call of Cthulhu, but I'm streaming it as well, which has been a big a learning curve there, and now I have we're gonna run 3 players here on in Octagon, and we'll see if we can't get it to work properly. So I will switch over. So only I am going to be visible during the game because of the way the visuals are set up, but we are set up and ready to go in Octagon. For some reason, oh, there it is. I will delete that. Okay, so we've got we have Akachi, Mark Harrigan, and Ashcan Pete. We are at the we have chosen We chose Ashcan as the lead investigator, so he has taken control of the Bloodstained Dagger, which has an action fight. You get +2 for this attack, and then you can exhaust it and take a horror to get +2 combat and +1 damage for this attack. If the attack defeats an enemy, you get to draw a card. I am playing an Akachi build that I've been playing around with. I'm not entirely sure it's going to work. It may be a little too slow, but this is my versatile Akachi build that is playing 2 copies of versatile in order to play Knowledge of Power, which is which seems ideal in an Akachi deck, but because it's a seeker card, she can't take it. So I've added 2 copies of versatile and then a bunch of other good mystic events like Premonition and Read the Signs and whatnot. Robert is playing I believe it's 43 experience Mark Harrigan deck that uses we've got Active Desperation. He's got I believe the submachine gun in there.
Thompson's 45 automatics.
Yeah, Beat Cops, Active Desperation, Custom Ammunition. So it should be right up your alley. And Jared, you are playing the Ashcan, Desperate Ashcan Pete with Yaddle, I believe.
Yep. Old Faithful.
All right, so we need 3 clues there, and we need 3 clues here.
3 clues here.
At the room 225, that is where Ashcan is starting. He can test 3 willpower. If he succeeds, he remembers the investigators cleaned up the blood. He can test combat 3. If you succeed, remember that this investigator hid the body, and intellect 3 to remember that the investigators tidied up the room. We've got a doom threshold of 3 on agenda 1A, the murder, and we need to spend one clue per investigator as a group, so we will need 3 clues to draw the top card of the leads deck. If investigators control 2 leads, we will advance. So we need 6 clues in order to get the 2 leads on the table, and then we will go from there. We are Robert's internet is a little flaky, so I am going to be running his deck as well, but he will be following along with the physical cards. And otherwise, so I am going to shuffle up his deck, and we will draw some cards for him. So that will go away. And so you've got, Robert, you've got an emergency aid, a 45 Thompson, an emergency cash.
The emergency cash.
So the emergency cash is on something else, so we will get rid of that. And that's a weakness. And okay, so you've got emergency aid, 45 Thompson, 2 beat cops, and the 45 automatic.
Well, we've got the weapons. Well, I don't think I can afford that 45 Thompson as much as I'd like to get that thing out. Let's see. I'm not going to need the emergency aid right away. So we'll toss that to Thompson. Let's keep 1 beat cop and 1 45 and toss the rest.
All right, so you've got a beat cop of 45. You draw another 45, of course, because that's how it goes. You get Brother Xavier and True Grit.
I wanted that ace. Okay.
If you can set your hand to visibility for all, Jared, that would be great.
How do I do that?
You just right-click in the hand area.
Yep.
And it will give
Absolutely.
you the option to visit.
Everybody.
There we go. So you've got an inspiring presence, say your prayers, leather coat, yodel, and desperate search. And I will, mine automatically drew, but I will reshuffle those. All right, so I get a Knowledge is Power, Twyla, Catherine Price, a Storm of Spirits, Arcane Studies 2, and an Unexpected Courage. Wow, that's not a great hand. I am going to get rid of the entire hand. We get a Sixth Sense, we get a Spectral Razor, an Arcane Initiate, a Drawn to the Flame, and a Premonition. That's much better. All right. I think we are set up and ready to go here. So you are the, so we'll go, so we will go Ashcan, Mark, Akachi for encounter deck draws, but otherwise you are the lead. Who would like to go first?
I think I should go first. Should I clear up all this evidence?
I've only played this once, so if you want to clear up the evidence, it's you go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt to clean up the blood. I'm just going to test it. 4v3. There's a Control S to draw tokens.
Yes.
Yep. Survey says
A tablet.
-3. Not happening. I know that if we take too long to do this, it will maybe hurt us in the long run. Okay, I'm going to set up.
So you play a copy of Yodel.
And we need 3 clues, don't we?
Yeah, we'll need a total of 6 to get the 2 evidence out.
I'll attempt to get 1 clue. With Duke. 4v3. I will. Yeah, I'm just going to try that. Is that another tablet?
Yes, indeed.
Damn, far out.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it drew.
Didn't register. All right,
No,
I'll
it didn't
try again.
register.
All right. Did that register? No.
I can do it here. Let's see. There we
Okay,
go.
sure.
Skull.
So, that's a pass.
That is a -X. X is the number of guest enemies in play, so that's a big 0. So 1 clue for you.
Sorry. Yep.
Hi, Codap Games. Welcome to the stream. We are playing Murder at the Excelsior Hotel with Jared Davies and Robert Bout. Jared's usually goes by Doovies, and Robert goes by Kunstdog. So, is that a bad pronunciation?
That's what everybody says. It's actually Kunst DDG 40. I was in the Navy for 9 years, 21 years, but I was on active duty for 9 years, and that was the one of the ships I was on.
Ah, cool. So now we know.
But everybody for years since I've been playing online has always called me Kunstdog, which is fine.
So you got one action left, Jared.
So I should have 0. No, that was my last action to investigate.
Okay. All right. What would you like to? What would you like to do, Robert?
Well, we'll spend 4 to get the 45 automatic out.
Okay.
Shroud 2. It's 2 to 2. It's not good. Man, he stopped.
Yeah, Kodab. There's tons of there are tons of events going on for Arkham, so I'm sure you will be able to find somebody who's would be interested in testing custom stuff.
We will play our emergency cash. We get 3.
So you get 3 resources and draw a card. You get another Brother Xavier.
Oh, Jesus. Shuffle it. I'm looking for. What's that? And I don't want to take a hit. Try and make this. Quick question. It's from left to right. It's restaurant, second floor hall, room 225, and suite balcony.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess I'll move up to the restaurant. Just the open thing.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The restaurant is a 4-shroud location. 3 clues there. You can take an action to spend 2 resources. You place an order while enduring the withering glares of the entire waitstaff. At the end of their turn, if you are still at the restaurant, you may take 1 horror to heal 3 damage, and it has a free triggered ability if each location in play is revealed and there are no clues on locations in play. Place 1 clue per investigator on the restaurant. All right. Akachi is going to, I think I'm just going to drop my 6th sense and do some investigating. So we'll play the 6th sense. Oh, I've been disconnected. Oh no.
So have I.
Oh dear. So the whole thing just came crashing down as soon as I played a card. Oh! I'm back.
Oh, hang on.
Says it's waiting for other users, so... Oh! We're back. Hey! Whew. All right. Are you back?
No, I'm still not.
You're still not. Okay, I'm back.
I don't know. I don't grab a dog.
Should I try to reopen it?
Did it shut you down entirely, or did it just kick you?
No. It's kicked me and I'm waiting for other users. But if you're on...
Yeah, I appear to be back, but
Okay.
but maybe what we might be able to work around it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. If I'm back, maybe we can just keep going. Yeah, because it's kicked the other one. So, all right. Well, let's see if we can't. I'll just do everything for everybody. We'll see if we can't do it that way. All right. So I paid 3 for 6 cents. I will investigate twice. We will investigate the first time, so we're going 5v2. Chaos Bag says -4. That's not good. And then I will do 6 cents again. 5v2. Chaos Bag says -2. So I grab a clue here. Oh, now it's
kicked me.
Now it's kicked you entirely. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. We can try to set it up again, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little too flaky for...
It doesn't have save states, Octagon, does it?
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Let me see. Yeah, because it just kicked you entirely and deleted everything that you had. I've got Ashcan on the table, but I don't have access to your decks or anything like that. So, well, that's very unfortunate and annoying.
Maybe I should just do what I was going to do and go back to the foyer and resign.
That's right. Okay, well, not too sure how to proceed now, because that was unexpected. Well, I will switch off Octagon here, and we will go back to...
We can just reset and start all over again, because we're playing turn 1, so...
Yeah, we can give it a try.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
All right, we'll try one more time here. So I will quit out of these. And quit out of these. Wouldn't be an online convention without some technical difficulties.
Well, like I said, yeah, I always have to look at the bright side. At least it was turn 1.
Yeah, not turn 50.
So we found a different ending for the game. Nothing happened.
What I might try to do, I might try something here. Just give me a sec. How do I do this? I'm going to try to set up a different account. I'm wondering whether it's struggling because I have 2 accounts running the same
Oh, okay.
the same thing. So I'm going to try to create a different account quickly here. And we'll have that. What do we call it? Oh, that's what we can do.
Back downstairs.
Whoops. Yes, I do. I'm not a robot. Okay, so I need to go get my verification code.
I was actually surprised the barrier of entry to use Octagon is not that bad.
Yeah, no, it is. It's not. I know I've only watched. I've watched Nate play with Tabletop Simulator, and there's a lot of. It seems like there's a lot of window switching and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of switching around with cameras.
All right, so we should be able to get the verification code. Oh dear, that is a long verification code. Okay. All right, I have a valid account, so let's give this a try. So what I will do, I will restart Octagon and log in with 2 different accounts. Maybe that'll give me what I need to do. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can't. We'll start a game. Where did my decks go? Well, so far so good. See if we can't get a game out of this yet. All right, so I can minimize this now. Load up this. Take control of these. Okay, so I'm going to move everybody around. Give ourselves some extra space to work with. All right. So set your visibility to everybody.
Yep.
Get these out. So it was, you had emergency cash, dynamite blast,
Act of desperation.
act of desperation, right. Where is dynamite blast? Dynamite blast and act. Okay. We'll do that. We'll put these back in here. We will load the other deck. And we should be good to go, hopefully. Yeah, I feel like in all of the content that I've created, I've been extremely lucky in that I've only had, like, I think I've had my stream crash twice in 4 years. So that is pretty lucky, I think. Where is it? There it is. Add that, and we will go grab ourselves the chaos bag, and we should be good to try this again. I'm glad it happened. If it was going to happen, it happened at the very beginning.
Happened. Yeah.
So we can fix it and try again. There.
Horrible draws by Duke.
Yeah, I think it was Duke's fault. Duke was all right.
Sad boy.
We've got it. We have a chaos bag. We have everything set up. I will give you the knife. Room 225, suite balcony, second floor hall, restaurant, and foyer. We're there. You were there. This has 3 clues. This has 3 clues. All right, I think we are ready. I will draw. I'll switch back here so we're not on, we're on the right. So far just black space. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay. So far, so good. We are back on Octagon. Everything is set up again properly. Okay, let's give this another try.
All right. The very quick setup.
So yeah, I think we've got everything where it needs to be. So we will hopefully. So you drawn your opening hand, Jared?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
So you got a leather coat, dark horse, Yaddle, lucky, and a reckless assault.
Yep. Good hand.
Robert, you have a custom ammunition, an ever vigilant, a shell shock, a beat cop, and a vicious blow. Will replace the shell shock, and you get a smoking pipe. Oh, it just kicked me.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm back. Are you still there?
Nope.
No, you got disconnected again. Well, damn. Yeah, now it's...
Oh, this worked so well last night.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's because I'm trying to run two instances.
Two copies?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not... It doesn't... It's not an issue offline, but I probably online. It's... no, we're not yet, Kodab. I don't think the game is going to be able to happen where it's not cooperating. I believe it's just because I'm running two instances of Octagon, and it's just not. Did it shut you down entirely?
Yeah.
Oh, so even if we do come back, you'll be gone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is
Worth a shot.
it's worth a shot. We tried. Unfortunately, we did not end up getting to play, which is too bad. We will definitely play at some point in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
But for whatever reason, can you share your camera again, Robert?
Sorry, guys and girls.
Yeah, we tried, but unfortunately, Octagon does not like the setup I have going here. So yeah, we chatted about the game a little bit. Unfortunately, we were unable to play a game for the community. I was looking forward to that. It would have been a lot of fun. But we will set up a game here. We will set up a game here in the next month or so, and we will get Jared and Robert back on so we can play.
Sure.
We can play Murder.
Speaking of the hotel, I've been packing up my place and I found 2 copies that I do not need. And I thought we could do a little giveaway.
Awesome.
So I thought of a little trivia we could do to give these away. The man from Leng, he still owes me a beer.
I do. I sure do.
Saved him during one of his playthroughs. To win a copy, which I'll send to you, you just have to name which episode, the name of the episode, that Cameron owes me a frothy.
That's right. So if you how do you want to do it in chat, or do you want to have people send any? Because it may be tough people may have to do some research on this one.
They would. They can send it through to. Do you want them to send it through to your email?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. So here's the contest. If Jared has generously provided 2 copies of Murder at the Excelsior Hotel are up for grabs. I owe Jared a beer because he saved me during one of the playthroughs, and he saved my ass. I was going to make a play. He stepped in and said, "No, why don't you do this instead?" And it ended up being very important. So all you have to do is name the playthrough that he saved. Just give us the name of the stream. It was a stream. I will say that. That is the one hint you will get. It was a stream that I did that he saved my ass. So if you can send the name of that stream to my email, manfromleng@gmail.com, we will do a random draw from anybody who is able to provide the name of that episode. And you
and subscribe on YouTube while you're at it too.
That's right, and you can earn yourself a copy of Murder at the Excelsior Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much, Jared, for doing that.
No worries.
And I will, hopefully at some point, I will get to buy you that beer.
I'll get that cold one.
How much is a beer in Australia?
Pretty cheap. We drink a lot.
That's right. I'll send you the money in the mail. So, if do you guys have anything else you want to chat about before we head off?
I just
Go ahead, Rob.
Get that theory has to come to was it Under the Waves next year?
Yes.
This year?
That's right. Beneath the Waves.
Beneath the Waves. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it'd be nice to see all these conventions that aren't in Australia. It'd be nice to travel and go see these things.
Yeah, Kodab Games. We did discuss Innsmouth earlier. We chatted for about almost 50 minutes or so before we our aborted attempt to play on Octagon due to the setup and whatnot. But yeah, we did chat a little bit about Innsmouth. Looking forward to the scenarios, which have the names of which have all been spoiled. There looks like a trip to Devil's Reef, which is iconic, as well as the car chase scenario, or at least it looks like a car chase from the image on the pack. So, and of course, we will probably end up fighting Dagon at some point during that campaign, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, there are the Blessed and Cursed tokens, which are the big and drowned tokens. There'll be drowned locations and
Key tokens too.
Key tokens. Yeah, that'll be that'll give scenarios a lot of different branching paths to see if you can collect all the keys to open all the doors. I suspect on the first playthrough there'll be you will not be able to uncover everything. It will take several playthroughs before you are able to find organize your time, manage your time in such a way that you can find all those keys and open the doors.
Yeah. That will be cool.
Yeah, if you know where to look, Kodab, there are images of some of the vehicles available. One is a boat. The boat is pretty straightforward in that it just if you're on the boat, you're considered to be above water if you're on the boat. Otherwise, you will be drowning. There's also a car, but it's slightly hidden behind the boat, so I'm not too sure what it does exactly.
Someone pointed out on the Drawn to Flame stream before that it has the subtext running, so when you flip the card, it's assumed that the car's stopped.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boat is to save your butt when you're in a flooded
location.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be cool.
The simplest words just won't come to mind.
Yeah, so we've got lots of great stuff. I mean, it's not going to be too. October is not that far away when we will get our chance to play Innsmouth Conspiracy, and then it won't be long until we'll have yet another deluxe expansion. Everybody here seems to be hoping for at the Mountains of Madness, and there'll be more investigators, and who knows what else Matthew Newman and Jeremy Zorgan have up their sleeve for this game. They continue to find new design space to explore, so it will be I'm sure there will be many more surprises for the community as we go into 2021. And it was sort of unfortunate. We had a huge glut of information in April, May, and then everything went quiet for several months, and now we've got another dump of information with basically all the new cards coming out being spoiled, And so we'll be looking. We should actually, I would imagine, we'll get a Mythos pack announcement here within the next month or so. So we'll have a better idea as to what the campaign has in store for us. But Robert, you'll have a long wait if you're waiting for all 6 Mythos packs to. Hopefully you get Weaver before all 6 of the Innsmouth campaign are out.
Well, the rate it's going, it's something strange about the area I live in. It seems like it's about 2 weeks after everybody else releases when we get it.
I don't want to tell him when I got it.
Yeah, I got mine.
But like I said, it's usually like 2 weeks after everything releases everywhere that we get it here, and I don't know why. And I'm on a list at 2 different shops to get the stuff.
Yeah, well, and you work for the post office. I thought you'd have some strings to pull. You could
some leeway.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure that's it's the guy in the guys in the turd trucks deliver those to the game stores. And besides, I work 50 miles away from where I live.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't have anything to do with. You know what? I haven't even thought about checking shops down there, but the 2 shops I have up here one of them gives me a wonderful military discount and has a rewards program, and the other one I have a gift card because I did a little yard sailing and picked up a whole box of stuff for $20, and there was a couple thousand Magic the Gathering cards in there, and I ended up, because I don't play the game, I took the cards in there and sold them, and I sold the good ones and got almost $100 worth of store credit.
Not bad.
And I still ended up with still got more stuff that I held on to.
Right. Well, I think we'll call it here. Just a reminder to everybody that Jared has generously provided 2 copies of Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. If you would like a chance to win one of those copies, all you have to do is send an email to me, manfromleng@gmail.com, with the name of the episode that Jared saved my ass and I owe him a beer. And I will give you the hint that it was a live stream. So in one of the live streams, Jared came to the rescue and saved my investigator. So you tell me the name of that live stream, and we will enter you into the draw for the one of the 2 copies of the Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. Also, we have the My Tentacle Face contest ongoing right now. As part of Farkham Con, it will end Sunday night. All you need to do for that is head over to the Man from Leng Facebook page at the Whisper in Darkness channel. Post your tentacle face with the hashtag, and you will be entered into the draw for the grand prize, which is a complete set of the Investigator starter decks. And if your face is among the ones that gets the most likes, you will also have a chance at winning the Barkham Horror when it comes out, as well as Return to the Forgotten Age and the Blood of Balshandor novella signed by Richard Lee Byers. You'll have the top 3 will have a choice of those. And there are already several players have shared their tentacle faces up there. There are some great ones. So make sure you just head over to the page and give them a like. They would appreciate your support in their quest to win some swag. I will be back. I believe it is 5 o'clock my time, so it'll be 7 o'clock Eastern. I'll be back with my counterparts over at Great Old Ones Gaming. We will be recording a live episode, so I hope that you will stay tuned for that. And then I will be back again at 8 o'clock with the second playthrough of the Whisper in Darkness Presents Curtain Call, my remix of the Curtain Call scenario for the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. The first group, they had a rough time, so hopefully the second group will have a better run through. And then if you miss that, there will be another group running up on Sunday night as well. Thanks again to Jared and Robert for joining me. All these giveaways and all this content is thanks to patrons like them, and as well as the greater Arkham Horror LCG community who supports content creators. There's more than a dozen who are participating in FarkhamCon. You can check out the entire list of events over at the FarkhamCon website, and I'm sure that you will. There are custom scenarios. There's the Mythos Busters have created a new way to play the game. There are live recordings of podcasts and whatnot. So to check it all out. Thanks, guys, for joining me. It's great to finally have you on the channel.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Why don't we make it 3 giveaways here? Because I have 2 of these wonderful ones, and you only need 1 bag, right? And these are the Great Old Ones bags. Very nice bags.
Mm-hmm.
And the let's give them a choice. They can either take one of those packs or they can take this. And
sounds good.
We'll send this along to another
right.
person.
So yeah, Robert is upping the ante. So now you've got a choice between the Murder at the Excelsior, one of the Murder at the Excelsior hotel packs, or a Great Old Ones Gaming Chaos bag. So good stuff. Thank you very much, Robert.
No problem.
Check out all the FarkhamCon events. We'll be back. I'll be back in a couple hours with the Great Old Ones, and then later with the Call of Cthulhu. So stay tuned for that. And I hope everyone has a great day. Keep your shotgun close. That's going to do it for this stream. If you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I am also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your other sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.